finally, I've thought up of a name for my next video. Oh, shoot, you guys are here. Hey, well, you caught me in the middle of writing my script for my next video. Been thinking about it for quite a few days since I made my Dr. Mario video, and I was thinking, what kind of other series video should I make? So I thought of the next best thing. The Mario Luigi series. That's something I loved dearly to me as a kid. And, well, now I'm going to criticize it to all hell. Now, I don't know about you, but I love the Mario Luigi series. The first game I owned from them was Mario Luigi Partners in Time, and to this day it is my most favorite version of them all. Now, you know me by now, I was in the first grade when I owned the first game. I did not have any money to spend on that game since I did not have an allowance. So my father bought me this thing called the Ace Card 2i. Long story short, that was my primary way of playing DS games, and for the most part still is. I still have the original cart that was given to me in the first grade. Let's backtrack the first game in the series. Mario Luigi Superstar Saga. In a nutshell, the music is amazing, the story is perfect, and the pacing is just right. The best way to experience this game is on a handheld, and I'm glad Nintendo made the decision to put it on the GBA. I'm sure it would have done fine on console, but these kind of games just beg to be on a device like the GBA. The NPCs, bosses, and straight up normal enemies are just fun to experience in this game. It revolutionized the wait, you can avoid taking damage in this game gameplay mechanic, which is probably why it succeeded so much. Partners in Time? More like, this is a crime. This game is the black sheep of the Mario Luigi franchise. Even though it wasn't far off from the amount of sales that Superstar Saga made, it was definitely not one of the more talked about games nowadays, even though in my opinion it was the strongest one. Of course, it doesn't excuse it from the amount of problems it had, like, X amount of special items instead of Bros Points, but Bros Points wouldn't have worked well in this game anyway, so they used the next best thing. It was a great step out of the boundaries Superstar Saga made, but apparently the general public didn't like it as much, so they continued to praise the first one. Regardless, it still had strengths. The story was more in-depth, the characters had more life to them, and 2 screens made easier navigation on the map. Don't get me wrong here, Bowser's Inside Story is an amazing game, but it is severely overrated. Whenever I get into a conversation about anything Mario Luigi related, I always hear, I love that one where they went inside of Bowser. This game blew up when it was revealed at E3. Fans went wild about how good it looked, and honestly the sales really showed for it. It took serious advantage of how the DS worked, utilizing the touchscreen entirely for these huge Bowser fights and other kinds of minigames. The controls were a bit wonky for the double jump they implemented for Mario Luigi, which was technically shown in Partners in Time, but only utilized when you had the Baby Bros. In this game, Bowser is the quote-unquote good guy who helps the bros in this game, unintentionally. And there is the reason why it sold well, because you could play as Bowser. And well, that's pretty much it when it comes to the Mario Luigi series. Those 3 games were the best of the series. My sister? Hello?
Okay, but what about Dream Team, Paper Jam, and the remakes?
Crap!